Hello. So let me guess, you have spent hours, maybe even days or weeks creating your Etsy listings. Your photos look great, your products are completely gorgeous, and you know that when people do buy your products, they love them. But you're just not getting found. Your listings feel completely lost in a sea of thousands of other listings by thousands of other sellers, and you're just not showing up in Etsy searches. Sound familiar? If you aren't getting the visibility you deserve on Etsy, the problem is not your products, it's your SEO. And I'm going to show you how to fix that fast. Etsy SEO can feel like a guessing game, but it doesn't have to be. Let me walk you through 3 things you can apply today to start getting found so you can get the sales and the visibility that you deserve. Let's start with a quick introduction. So I'm Emma. Hi. I'm a top 0.1% Etsy seller and I'm also an Etsy coach. I'm just finishing up, I'm in the last couple of months of my master's degree in marketing and digital communication. In this short video, we will talk about what Etsy SEO actually is and 3 important changes that you can make starting today to help get your listings found, even if you have 0 sales. So when you're ready, let's dive in. I get asked this question all the time, so let's break it down. What is SEO? SEO stands for Search Engine Optimization, and it's all about how to get found in the search results. So SEO is a way of optimizing your listings or your web pages using searchable terms or keywords to tell the algorithm exactly what your listing is about and who it's for, so that it can match your listing with your perfect customers. This can help you rank higher in relevant search results organically without the need for paid ads. Etsy's algorithm looks at your titles, your tags, and your listing relevance to decide what shows up when shoppers are searching. So now that you know what SEO is, let's look at 3 super easy ways that you can start improving yours today. Okay, tip number 1, use the exact phrases that shoppers are searching for. Etsy works best when your title, descriptions, and product tags use exact search phrases. So Etsy calls this query matching, and it's really important for your search rankings. So you need to be thinking like a buyer rather than a seller. Once you can do this, it completely changes everything. Trust me on that one. So when a shopper types something into the search bar, you want your relevant listings to contain those exact phrases so they match. You want those phrases to be in your title, your product description, and in your product tags. So here's one way that you can start finding those search terms today. Before you start, grab yourself a pen and paper. That's going to come in really handy. Then you're going to go into Etsy and pretend that you are your perfect customer looking for one of your products. Go to the search bar and start typing in what you would type into the search bar to find your product. And I don't mean using your business name or the exact title that you've already got. What I mean is searching for that type of product. So for example, let's say that you make scented candles. You're going to start by typing scented candles into your search bar, and you might notice that the search bar comes up with some suggestions in a list underneath. So these suggestions are actually common search terms that people are typing into the search bar. So this is where your pen and paper comes in really handy. Start writing a list of suggestions that work well for your listing. So you're going to take the most relevant of these, and then you're going to include them in your title, your description, and your product tags. And the reason you want to create a list is because you want to actually not forget anything. So don't be like past me, who's just thought I can remember it all and then forget half of them before you get to creating the listing. So definitely write yourself a list. But as you can see here, it's coming up with all sorts of suggestions, and you can kind of get a little bit sucked into this. It's quite a good way to spend some time, because it comes up with lots of suggestions, and you might find that actually some of the suggestions are things that you hadn't thought of, and maybe new product ideas as well. So it's great. Definitely try this. Tip number 2, put your strongest keyword at the front of your listing. Etsy prioritizes the first few words of your title. So make sure that the most relevant keyword, your strongest keyword, is at the start, not buried in lots of text. Your titles are super important. They need to tell the algorithm exactly what your listing is about, but they also need to put the customer first. So write titles that read naturally. Let's have a little look at an example. Right, the image on the left shows a title that is not optimized and doesn't really make any sense. It doesn't clearly show exactly what the listing is about, and no one is going to be typing personalized laser cut, paper cut unicorn into the search bar. But the image on the right is super clear with unicorn birthday card, which is much better, much more searchable. And tip number 3, use all 13 product tags and use them correctly. So use them well. Product tags are 13 opportunities to list keywords. You don't want to waste them with keywords that are either way too broad and will therefore have loads of competition, or words that no one will be searching for. Your product tags should be long tail, which means more than one word in length, and they should not contain lots of repeated words. Ideally, you want to be using synonyms, so that means words with the same or similar meanings, and this way you're going to cover way more bases and show up in more searches. Let's have a little look at an example. Right. The top image shows exactly what not to do. It's missing 3 tags, and it uses words that are super generic, and they're not doing this seller any favours. Words like download don't really mean anything, and they don't tell the algorithm anything about the item. The word print isn't going to help because there are going to be millions of other listings using this keyword, and none of them tell us what the item is or who it's for. I mean, the tag boyfriend hints that it might be something for a boyfriend, but it's just not specific enough. The second image is for the same listing, but the tags have been updated and you can see the difference. We've got long tail keywords, so that's keywords with more than one word. We know what the item is. We've got print and wall art. We know what is on the print because we've got bird illustration and lovebirds print. We also know that it's for the hallway or the bedroom, and that it is blue and pink. Words are not repeated several times, and these are all believable search terms that a customer might type into the search bar. Okay, so in the last 8-ish minutes, we've covered quite a bit actually. Hopefully by now you've got a better idea of how Etsy search works and what Etsy SEO actually is. We've covered using real keywords to match your buyer's search terms. We've talked about how to structure titles so that they get noticed by the algorithm, and also how to use product tags for more visibility. If this has helped you and you're ready to really understand Etsy SEO without all the overwhelm, check out my Etsy SEO mini course. You can find it below. It walks you through the exact steps to get found in search and to make your first sales, even if your shop is brand new. Inside the course, you'll get access to all the information you need to optimize your Etsy listings for SEO. I'll show you my exact process for picking high search volume, low Etsy competition keywords that get clicks. So this Etsy SEO course is taken from my bigger course, Etsy Selling the Ultimate Guide, which I launched back in May. And if you want to, if you take the short course and then decide that you want to upgrade, there is also a cheeky discount so you can get it at a lower rate when you've completed your SEO course. I hope you found this super helpful, and I'm so excited to work with you.